Hey guys, Caten Murphy here, back with the social media secrets training. We've talked a lot about. Hey guys, let me take me out
Murphy
here,
back with the social media secrets training. We've talked a lot about.
Okay, let's try this again. So we've talked a lot about organic growth and really setting up your profiles, mainly on Instagram, to really attract your ideal audience and put the content out there that they're looking for so that they kind of raise their hand and say, hey, you're the person I'm looking for. I want you to help me buy or sell a home, or educate me through the process. Today we're going to talk at a very high level about paid advertising. And we're going to go through it on Facebook, but remember that Facebook owns Instagram. So when you're doing marketing, paid marketing on Facebook, it can also go out to Instagram. So it's two birds with one stone. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I'm just going to make sure that I am still live. I never know with Zoom. Yes. Okay, we're good. Okay, so let me share my screen with you guys. So I'm sure a lot of you know that KV Core is the most amazing CRM. So you can actually you can create a squeeze page in like literally 30 seconds and run Facebook ads that will drive people to your website and automatically populate your CRM. So you can follow up with them and the KV Core system can follow up with them. So when you're in your dashboard, I'll backtrack. And again, I'm going to go super high level because I'm actually going to bring in my friends and one of my business partners, Brooks O'Hearn, who is like an expert at Facebook marketing, to do like a super deep dive on this in the future. But I kind of wanted to lay the groundwork first. So anyway, so here's your dashboard when you log into KV Core. We're going to go to lead engine. So you have a couple options here. And before we dive into this, I want to note, KV Core actually has like connections where you can actually pay somebody to do this for you. I think the minimum package starts around $500, but you can do, whether it's Google, Facebook, the Make It Rain program. You can have someone do all this for you, so you don't have to worry about the technical aspects. But if you don't have the budget for that right now, then I'm going to just show you how to do it on your own. Okay, so anyway, so you click lead engine and you're going to come to this page. So we're going to build a squeeze page, which it drives people to a specific page that you're going to set up based on your criteria that will allow them to view single properties, multiple properties, market reports, things like that. A landing page would be like, for example, you're giving away a free movie night for clients and you want to capture people's emails, or you're giving away, a free home ownership guide, and you want to capture people's emails. So that's more for a specific product. We're going to be doing squeeze page. So you'll click the domain, probably only have one, and you just do start building. Okay, so I'm going to just build this based off, so like I said, multi-property, single property, seller squeeze page, market report. We're going to do multi-property. We're going to focus on a buyer specific ad. And I'm just going to run through this and do a basic one. So I'm going to put Charlotte because that's where I am. The cool thing is you can do this by zip codes. You can do this by neighborhoods, cities, towns. You can actually go in and draw on the map like you can in MLS. You can get really, really specific with this, which is cool. I am going to do, so you can pick your listing type. You can do single family rentals. I'm going to actually do coming soon. Style, I mean, if you want to get specific on this, you can. I probably wouldn't suggest that. That way you can capture kind of a broader audience. But if you're looking to market a specific style of home, then absolutely go for it. Price range, I'm going to do, for the sake of this ad, I'm going to do, I'll do max 500. I have a lot of first-time home buyer clientele, and typically they're buying at or around that 500 mark. Again, you can do square footage. I'm going to leave that broad right now. Do minimum acreage, minimum bed bath, walk score, options. So you can do just listed. You can do fixer upper. I'm going to leave this broad too because I did the coming soon. But if I was just doing like the single family, I might do something like just listed to try to capture that interest there. Hashtag. So I think it's really important to tag where, because as these leads start coming into your CRM, you're gonna be like, where did they come from? So I'm gonna just call this first time home buyer CLT. Okay, so anyone who comes in off of this ad will have this tag, and then I can go back in my KV core, let's say a month from now, and search that tag, and it'll give me all of the leads. That way, if I want to put them on a drip campaign or whatever else. Facebook cover photo. So I'm just going to say use recent listings, use high price listings from the agency. We'll just do recent listings. And then, so this one's important. So you have two options of capturing the lead information either on Facebook or on your website. For the purpose of this, I'm going to say let's capture on the website, meaning they go through, they click on the ad and they're going to click on the link and it's going to direct them straight to the website. And as they start clicking through properties, they'll get 2 clicks before your website, your EXP provided website, is going to prompt them to fill out their information in order to keep browsing homes. The other option you can do is capture their information on Facebook. So they wouldn't even get access to the website until they've already signed up in Facebook. You're going to have to connect a couple more resources. So for the sake of this, we're going to just say, we're going to just keep it at 2 properties that they have to click on before providing their information. But you can do 1, you can do 3, you can do never. I would recommend 2 or 3. And then you're going to click generate link. Okay, so these are going to generate your links. And this is what people will see when they click on your ad. My computer's moving very slowly. Okay. Make sure you save both the long link and the short link. I would recommend starting like a Google Sheets or an Excel document that maybe has a title of what this ad was. Also, save those links, because otherwise you're not going to be able to access them again. And if you accidentally misplace them, then you're going to have to create the ad again. So again, my criteria was pretty broad. I said all of Charlotte. I said under $500,000. And this is what, excuse me, this is what comes up. So anyone could start browsing through this. And as they start clicking on properties, they can click on 2 before it asks them for their information. So once you've got that, then you are going to jump over to Facebook. So you can go to facebook.com / I think it's like /business manager, or typically what I do is I just Google Facebook business manager and it takes me straight to the page. And that will prompt you, let's see, I've got so many tabs open. So here are a couple of examples of ads I've run. So attention Lake Norman, do you know someone looking to buy a home? We've compiled a free report of homes for sale under $340,000. Some of these homes even qualify for special financing programs. Click below to tell us where to send the list of homes for sale. I had a carousel of a couple images that were really pretty and would prompt someone to want to click on them. If they click on that link that says download, it'll drive them to the page. And this was actually when we were at Keller. I've compiled a list of the Charlotte homes of the week. Click below to see these stunning homes with amazing prices, locations, and features. Again, I'm picking the photos of the more aesthetically pleasing listings. And again, they just click learn more and it drives them to a similar website. This one was specifically for first-time home buyers. Why are you still renting? You're already paying a mortgage. It's not just your own, or it's just not your own. The average monthly rent is $1,589. Did you know you could own your home for the same price of your rent and have something to show for it? Same concept here. So you guys are getting the gist. Newly listed homes in Charlotte under $300,000. I didn't realize I pulled up so many examples. Did you know someone looking to buy a waterfront home? I've compiled a free list of waterfront homes for sale in the Lake Norman area. So you can really take this and make it whatever you want, depending on the audience you're trying to reach. This was one I did pretty recently, and this was actually a listing of mine in the peninsula. But I was also, there was just no inventory in the peninsula. So I was actually trying to, I think at this time, this house was already under contract. So I was actually trying to pull in more buyers for the peninsula. So dreaming of moving to the peninsula neighborhood, but frustrated with the lack of inventory available. Here's your exclusive access to see all available homes in one place. Be notified as soon as a home matching your criteria hits the market, even before Zillow. Gain insider access on coming soon properties. Click below to gain access. This one actually did really well. So feel free to take any of this copy and make it your own. Totally fine with me. So I'm going to show you guys real quick how to make a Facebook ad. So we're going to go to create. So we're going to want to do traffic because we want to drive as many people as possible to our website. Okay. So we'll just name this time home buyer CLT. So you do have to, we are a special ad category in housing, and Facebook will reject your ad if you don't select that if you're talking about housing. So go ahead and save yourself the time and select housing. Running this in the United States. You can split test your ads. We're going to knock it into that today. I'll let Brooks talk about that in a later video so that I don't throw too much on you guys today. Okay, so we're driving people to a website. So for budget, I recommend you run an ad for ideally a month, somewhere around $10 a day. If that's too much for you, minimum a week. And I would increase your budget. If you're only going to do it a week, try two. You can work your way up, but $300, that's going to give you probably one to three leads a day. Of course, these are just leads. It doesn't mean they're all qualified, but I think that I know that you'll get a very good amount of leads from this. So I'm going to say daily budget's 10, and we're going to run this for a month. Okay, so for audience, so it'll stay pretty broad because with the special housing category, we can't discriminate. So you can't change the 18 to 65. You can't target a specific gender. What you can do is change the location. So I'm going to do, instead of the United States, we're going to do Charlotte. And again, make this whatever. I mean, you could go down to Mooresville, or you could do smaller like areas, but it has to be a 15-mile, minimum 15-mile radius, again, because it's a special ad category. You can move your pen around a little bit. I'm just going to keep it like this because this covers most of what I want it to run. Okay. Automatic placements, it'll place it where it thinks it's going to optimize and do the best. So this is estimating reaching 1,200 to 3,300 people with 27 to 83 link clicks. Okay. You're going to choose what page to run it from. So I think we've already talked about this, but I created a Facebook page that it just says Caten Murphy. So it's a business page, but it looks identical to my personal Facebook page. That way, when I run ads, if people are scrolling through really quickly, they don't necessarily think that they're being sold to. So, people might be running through, and I might, have a picture of like a really pretty listing of mine. And so I'll run a Facebook ad, and it's just like, wow, look at this beautiful home. People click on it, and it's a little bit more unassuming in my opinion. So, but you can run this from any business page that you have and or would like to create. If you have an Instagram account, which you all should, you go ahead and link it here so the ad can run on Instagram as well. I recommend a carousel. Carousels typically do a little bit better, or video. But for this, we're going to just carousel with your ad. So there'll be multiple pictures that people can click on and kind of scroll through. And so once you get to your carousel, you'll upload two or three different photos. Typically, I like to take those photos from listings that have popped up in the actual search results. So I'll just pull, I hope I clicked similar properties. So I'll just pull a couple pictures off and include them in my ad. My headline might look something like, get your free list today. And again, you guys can go back and pause and look at the copy that I use in some of my other ads. Feel free to take it. That's going to show up. Why is this not going down? Here you go. So your headline's going to show up right here in bold. So you want it to be something that's going to catch them and stop them and allow them to click on it. Your URL will be your short link that you got from your, where you click to generate link down here. And then your primary text is what's going to appear up here. So again, go back and you can rip off whatever. I'm just going to say, get your free list, or get access to homes in Charlotte, 500K. Obviously, this would look better because you guys are going to spend more time on it, but just for the sake of showing you guys, get access to homes in Charlotte under 500K before they hit the market. Something along, because I did coming soon, something along the lines. And that's going to be what's in the primary text here. Again, you'll have photos here kind of from like your listings or pictures that you pull off MLS. And then your call to action can be learn more, download, get offer, get access, whatever you feel applies best. Okay. And then it'll kind of show you how it's going to show up in different, and like, so in Facebook feeds versus Instagram stories versus other places, marketplace, things like that. So once you've got all that filled out, then you will click published. It will go into review, and then it'll be published, and it'll run for however long you've designated. Another thing that you guys can do if you guys want to get some more ideas. So Facebook has an ad library that houses anyone who's currently or has run an ad in the past. You have access to view all of that right here. So let's see, let's choose an ad category. Oh, my computer's running slow. Come on. So the good thing about this is that you can go and look and see what other people's ads are running, how they're doing. You can rip off and duplicate others and take it and reword it to be your own. You can see what other people in Charlotte are running. You can literally see anyone who's running an ad on Facebook, what they're running. So if you need ideas, this is a great place to go. My computer is not working right now, but if you just go to facebook.com/ads/library, and it will bring you here to this page, and then you can do ad category, you can do housing, you can search by location, you can search by the name. If there's a realtor in your area who runs a lot of ads and is really successful, look them up, see what kind of ads they're running, because odds are if they're continuing to run it, it's working really well. So go in there and play around and get some ideas for an ad. Like I said, this was a super high level and a very quick overview of running KV Core to Facebook ads. Go back and rewatch this, pause it. If you guys have questions, let me know. I know I went through that quick, but we are going to bring Brooks on to talk a little bit more in depth. So I would invite you guys to just try to even make a Facebook ad if you haven't before. That way, when Brooks comes on, you guys know kind of what we're talking about and what this all looks like. So thank you guys for tuning in. I am excited to see your Facebook ads out there. If you guys have questions, put them in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in a month. Everyone have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. Bye.